I was born and brought up in my maternal grandfather's house. There was musical atmosphere in the house. We had a very big music room where every month musical soirees used to happen. My mother was a very reputed vocalist, and three of my maternal uncles, they were though amateurish, but they used to play different instruments like violin, sarod, tabla, harmonium, etc. The only entertainment in our house was from my childhood. I have noticed that to hear radio and gramophone records, 78 RPM gramophone records, where my uncles used to play the records of Ustad Allauddin Khan Sahab, Ustad Inayat Khan Sahab, Vishwadev Chattopadhyay, and many other reputed musicians. So from childhood I have heard the name Ustad Allauddin Khan Sahab. Then in 1968 I started learning sarod at Allauddin College of Music, Calcutta, where I came to know of Ustad Allauddin Khan Sahab's name again. Then onwards, till now, I have heard his name, I have heard his recordings, I have seen his pictures, I have read his biography, I have read his autobiography, so on and on. So I have a fair idea about him. Later part of my life, at the few years back, I tried to edit his handwritten autobiography, which was being published, in a view that the present generation, especially the present generation, should read the book and know him better, and also to find that how he dedicated his entire life for music, what kind of passion, what kind of sacrifice, what kind of dedication he had in learning the music. It's my appeal and also demand that the government should take initiative in introducing his biography in the school level, so that from childhood students can know about him. He was a great performer, at the same time great teacher. He learned from different musicians, ustads and pandits. He made his own style, so his compositions were also very different than others. A student who is learning from a particular guru for a long time, or from a particular gharana, imbibes all the nuances of that guru style of the gharana. So when he or she makes any composition, then the influence of guru or that gharana automatically incorporates in his or her compositions, which happened with me too also. Whatever compositions I did, there was influence of Baba Allauddin Khan, Acharya Liaison Khan Sahab, and others. During my research work, I gathered a long recording of Baba Allauddin Khan's Rag Bihar live concert, where he played that famous Bihar bandish. So this famous bandish, which he also recorded cut 78 RPM in RPM disc. So we from childhood we heard this record, and we used to know that this record was and this composition was composed by him. But from that live recording, I came to know, or I found that composition was made by Muhammad Hussain Khan, who was a beenkar and sitar player, and at the same time bandmaster of Rampur band. So Allauddin Khan Sahib learned from so many musicians and learned so many compositions, and taught his son, daughter, son-in-law, and all the disciples all these compositions, which we have also imbibed from them. But he never mentioned whether the compositions belong to someone or whether compositions were made by him. So all the compositions we have taken it granted that it was composed by him. I cannot relate my life with his life, because it's an extreme difficult path he chose. His lifestyle was totally different. He was a saintly man. He dedicated his entire life in learning and teaching his music. He chose an obscure town like Maihar so that he can teach, play, compose, whatever in a peaceful way. There shouldn't be any provocation. So that's why he chose Maihar. He lived there till his death. So his lifestyle is totally different from us, because we are modern human beings. We have lots of provocations, we have lots of other things to do apart from music, like studying or working in office or something like that. So unless and until we choose a life like him, we cannot relate to his lifestyle. But what we can do is that we can try to follow his lifestyle, whatever and how much we could do possible. I mean, actually, it's in a very philosophical sense, that we have to understand his philosophy of life, especially in the case of music, the way he learned, the way he played, the way he taught. So we have to understand that philosophy. If we understand that philosophy and incorporate at least a certain percentage in our life, then only we can relate our life to his life. Thank you.